Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're discussing something quite big. Trump is going to federalize the MPD, the Metropolitan Police Department in the capital city of D.C. He puts today on Truth Social, Washington, D.C. will be liberated today. Crime, savagery, filth, and scum will disappear. I will make our capital great again. The days of ruthlessly killing or hurting innocent people are over. I quickly fixed the border, 0 illegals in the last 3 months. D.C. is next. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President DJT. Now, a lot of this spawned from the brutal attack on a former Doge employee. And I have a feeling a lot of this was in the mix way before this, but this is, the pushing point, right, which pushed Trump right over the edge. His name, Big Balls. That's what he was known as. As soon as his nickname came out, that basically took over his real name. But this is him, bloodied and beaten during a carjacking. Let's see. 2 teens is basically what was were the criminals. But as soon as, what's his real name? Edward Korstein, that's right. So as soon as he started fighting back, then mob mentality kicked in, as they always do with these types of people. And basically they're starting to beat him down. And then the cops showed up, all right? And then they fled on foot, all right? So basically what he was doing is protecting his girlfriend during an attempted carjacking. Trump caught wind of this, put it on his Truth Social, and basically stated, the most recent victim was beaten mercilessly by local thugs. Perhaps it should have been done a long time ago. Then this incredible young man and so many others would not have to go through the horrors of violent crime. If this continues, I am going to exert my powers and federalize this city, make America great again. And he certainly has. Today he had a press conference that stated exactly that. So the Home Rule Act of 1973, prior to 73, basically D.C. was government control, okay? The people spoke up for years that they wanted to make decisions of their own district. So in 73, they granted them that right. They were able to have a mayor and some elected officials. And it's honestly gone to hell since then, all right? So D.C. used to be a very beautiful place. Now it is not. So Trump is exerting Section 740 of that Home Rule Act, and that states is this. Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act addresses the operational control of the MPD during emergencies. Specifically allows the president to assume control of the MPD under certain emergency conditions. Recently, President Trump, which was today, invoked this section to place the MPD under federal control amidst concerns about crime and public safety in Washington, D.C. Now, we know in 2023 that was their huge spike in violent crime. That year, it was 40 murders per 100,000 people. As comparison, Nicaragua was 13 people per 100,000, okay? Huge difference, right? And I could name off Baghdad. There's several other cities that D.C. was the highest in. So the officials are trying to say, and Mayor Bowser, of course, she's always going to say that, we're not facing a crime spree, but you're the mayor. You're not going to say that. It just goes against you. But other officials are stating that, crime, violent crime is down 30%. Well, 30% from 1 million isn't much. Okay. So, you had a 40 to 100,000. What's it at now? Right? 32 to 100,000? 30? It's like, yeah, it's down, but it's still not good. So that's really not a benefit to say that. It's great that it's down. Let's be real. It's great that it's down. But it's not looking good for D.C. Just the other night, 100 teens, they estimated about 100 teens ran rampant through the city, right? All kinds of brawls, vandalism, theft, shootings, right? Due to this. And these are teenagers, all right? So a couple of things that need to happen, and which is much stiffer at the judicial part of it, right? These court judges and whatnot need to be a lot harder than they are. This cashless bail system, just absolute junk, so this light on crime is what's going to push this over the edge every time. So one thing that's still going to be a point of contention is the removal of the homeless. All right. So this is from Reuters. Trump vows to evict homeless. From Washington, officials said the National Guard may be deployed. Now, I have a feeling that the National Guard would assist in the cleanup, not so much, going and physically moving people. Okay, now Trump already told people to get out, but he already has a plan in place for homelessness. He has an executive order that came out like a month ago, to transition homeless people to the appropriate medical facilities that they need. Now, it is no secret that the majority of homelessness is drugs and mental disorders such as schizophrenia. And I made a video on this before, that you want to move these people to the proper facilities so they can get the help they need, get them back on their feet, and get them moving. You can't just take homeless people that are in these conditions, mentally and physically, put them in a condo and say congratulations, and not get them any help, because they're going to be back on the street in a minute, right? So that's what he plans to do. He didn't say exactly what he's going to do with these certain folks that live in D.C., but he is going to move them out. Now, if you go to the bottom of this article, it says right here, there are 3,782 single persons experiencing homelessness on any given night in the city of about 700,000, which is a lot of people. They're saying that most of them are in transitional housing rather than on the street, but during the day, they're all on the street. Let's be real. That's almost 4,000 people homelessness on the street of a very small city. It's still got, almost 700,000 people, but it's not, DC's not large. Right here it says a White House official said on Friday, more federal law enforcement officers were being deployed in the city following a violent attack on a young administration staffer that angered the president. So this actually was, I think it was a couple of days ago, a day or two ago, August 11th. Actually, it was posted today. 11 hours ago, it was updated. But yeah, so that's what he plans on doing. Cleaning up the city, actually beautifying it as well, and take care of the homeless and cutting way down on crime. So that's the facts of what's going on. We can, let the speculation continue, but those are the facts of what's happening today. I'm sure within the next few days, we'll get a lot more information on what the National Guard is actually going to do, what it means to federalize the police department, how does that help them commit action against violent crime more efficiently? So we'll learn these things coming up. But if you like this content, leave me a comment, subscribe, tell your buddies. I reply to every comment. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. God bless you.